What is the deal with the computer? Wait a second. Hey everyone, I'm going to react to that time I got reincarnated as a slime, episode 1, season 1, episode 1, the storm dragon Veldora. Okay. I've seen this title, like the thumbnail for this title for like forever. I've just never wanted to check it out because just the title itself is like, you know. But then I'm going on vacation, right, for next week. And Demon Slayer, I couldn't react to the next episode of Demon Slayer until they actually posted it. So I'm not going to be able to react it for that week. So I'm like, okay, someone recommended it to me, So I'm like, you know what? Let me just check out the first episode, of this show and post that on the day that I'm supposed to put Demon Slayer for the week that I'm on vacation, So I'm like, you know what? Let me just do that. And then I'll go back to finish Demon Slayer after that. And let me check out this first episode and see how it is. And if I like it, once I finish Demon Slayer, I probably will continue with this anime. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me give it a chance. At least this first episode, let me give it the first episode a chance. And we just go from there. So with this being the first episode, you can see the full length for free. The link is going to be in the description box and in the comment section. So you can check it out. And if you like it, please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/Philemini. And now let's start this new anime. And here we go. Okay. Before I talk about this episode, I'm gonna do a little search. Okay. The reason why I wanted to do a little quick search was because I did a live a long time ago. And a couple of people joined in and we were talking about animes that we loved and stuff like that. And someone mentioned the time I got reincarnated as a slime. And I believe in that discussion, they mentioned something about, like maybe like sexual situations in the show, or maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. That's why I was trying to Google it to see if there were those kind of things in this anime. I think it was after the person said that I'm like, then I'm not interested in this show. So when the show ended, I'm like, you know what, let me just go and Google it and see if there was those kind of situations in there. And what I thought was sexual grabbing to female characters. That's what I read. The show contains a lot of sexual grabbing to female characters, which, if that's what it is, I mean, it's not like it's a great thing, but if that's all that it is, then I guess I will be okay with watching it. Because, they started this anime, right, with this dude. He said he was 37 years old, a virgin, and then he met his, how do you call, when you're the senpai, how do you call your, like the dude is calling him senpai, so how will he call the other dude? I feel like I know the word, but I just can't say it. So this boy wanted to basically show off his girlfriend to the senpai or something, and then there was just this dude coming with a knife. I'm like, why is I don't know. It felt weird to me. The way the guy just showed up with the knife and just started running and then stabbed the person and just ran away. Like, if you were trying to steal something and the person was not letting go of their purse or whatever it is they were holding on to, and then you stabbed the dude and then left, that I'll be like, okay, that makes sense. But the guy just like, knife in hand, started running. And then Satoru pushed the dude out of the way, and then he got stabbed, and then the guy just like left. So it didn't feel random to me. It felt like a premeditated attack. I just didn't know if the attack was to the boy that Satoru pushed away, or if it was geared to Satoru himself. I don't know. And then, as he was dying over there, he just told his, you know what, I'm gonna try to look the senpai. Well, I guess Kohai. I'm trying to see. Kohai is the Japanese term for protege. This to describe a student of who learns from a senpai. Yeah, Kohai. Okay. So what was I saying? He tells the Kohai to destroy his computer, like unplug it, the hard drive, and then dump it in water or something or like that. And then as he was dying, he said, I think that's what made me say that, you know what, this is probably going to be the last time I'm giving this a chance. Let me see exactly what he said. Yeah. This is why I didn't want to see it anymore. He said, if I'm reborn, I'll be more aggressive, and then I'll screw every girl I see. That's the phrase that made me feel like, if this is what this show is going to be about, then I'm not interested in watching it. You know? That's what reminded me of that life. And I'm like, okay, if that's what this is going to be about, then I'm not interested in watching the show. But then, as I was watching the outro, with all the fighting and all the other characters and everything, they looked interesting. So I'm like, I was sitting here debating whether I wanted to continue with this or not. So anybody that's seen this show, if I will screw every girl that I see thing is like a big thing in the show, just let me know, because I really don't want to see that. I don't care about seeing any of that stuff. Even if the show is good, if that is like a big part of it, or if it's like if it's like once in a blue moon thing, maybe I'll consider it. But if it's gonna be like a really big deal in the show, then I don't care about seeing it. You know, that's just how I am. I don't care about seeing that. So he got stabbed. And as he got stabbed, you hear all these things. He's resisted, acquired. I'm like, what the heck is this? And then he died. He got reincarnated as a slime. You know, I got confused as well, because they started the anime with some kind of attack happening, right? And then you see this little girl that was sort of like enveloped in flame and sort of like disintegrated. So I'm like, okay, is she the one that's going to be reborn as a slime? But then this dude died, and then you see the unique skill predator acquisition successful, whatever. You see all those things. And then I'm like, okay, so this dude is the one that's getting reincarnated. And as he started speaking, and then the voice sort of like switched to this childlike voice. I'm like, okay, is the girl that sort of like disintegrated whatever in the beginning? I'm like, what are they sort of like sharing the same slime? But it doesn't, that's not what it is. It was just, since this thing was not a slime, now it has sort of like a different way of speaking, I guess. So they basically was sort of like switching from that manly voice to that slimy voice, I guess. And apparently, as a slime, whatever he consumes, they can analyze, and he can basically acquire whatever properties the thing that he consumes has, you know. So he ate some plants that's gonna give him some kind of healing potion. This feels like a game, but the way, okay, when they were saying skill acquired, all those things, I'm like, this feels like a game. And then you hear the soundtrack, it feels like a Nintendo kind of game soundtrack kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, is this a game? And then you see the healing potion thing, and he ate some kind of rock thing. I don't quite remember exactly what that rock thing does. And then the dragon was speaking to him. It's like, basically begging. You could clearly tell that the guy wants a friend, but he was acting like he didn't want a friend, and just like, he helped the slime, acquire this magic sense thing where you can he can use that to see what's around him and stuff. So that's what he used to actually see the dragon. And then the dragon was like, he got stuck in there. He got captured and stuck in there for like 300 years now. He hasn't had any visitor in a long time. And then the slime asked him, okay, why were you captured? And he's like, he was attacking this. He sort of like destroyed this village or something. And then they summoned, there was this girl that was a summon, and the girl trapped him in there. And then he was talking about how, to tell you the truth, I didn't particularly get, or like I read it, but it went by so quick I didn't fully register the relationship between the summon and how you get to summon this person or whatever. I think he said something about 30 mages doing something to summon the summon, and then whoever you summon is supposed to do whatever you want them to do or something. I don't know. I guess I'll have to go back and look at that, but yeah. So the dragon also mentioned the fact that the way that Satoru got into that world was weird. Like, it was the first time anyone got reincarnated into that world, but that there were other people that actually came into that world by other means, just not the reincarnation part of it, and they were called other worlders and something. And he's the storm dragon Veldora. He said there was like, he's one of the 4 dragons in their world. So I guess if I continue to watch the show, there are gonna be other dragons that are gonna be popping up and stuff. And they decide to become friends, and yeah. The outro, in the outro, I was seeing on the outro, that's probably the intro they were putting as an outro and stuff. And you see the slime turning into what looked like a girl. So how did he transform into that? Because they said that whatever he eats, he gains the ability of that thing. So he probably ate something to change into that, right? I don't know. So yeah, as the first episode, I liked it. I'm like ambivalent about that thing that I mentioned. Screw every girl. That I'm ambivalent about that. So please let me know if this is like a major thing in the show. Just let me know in advance, so I don't want to waste my time. Even though the show looked interesting, like based on the intro, I don't want to see any of that. So yeah, let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to Demon Slayer, the last episode of Demon Slayer, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelme, and you can also see the full for this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. If I no get today, I go get them tomorrow. And be one make a die. It no easy for me.